The alcohol like already ingrained is crazy. I'm not that eager, I promise. So today we're gonna be doing drunk makeup while I read I Got My Revenge Reddit stories. So for the makeup look today, I have my Olivia Rodrigo shirt on. Bad idea, right? I'm gonna do a purple and black look. I can't remember if I've done a purple and black look. I feel like I haven't because every time I've tried to do purple and black, I feel like it ends up looking like a fucking black eye. I just woke up from a nap, so if I look rotten, if I look stale, then that's why. I feel so fucking big in black. Like, I feel like people say that black slims them. I feel like it giganticizes me. I feel like I'm huge, and it's giving me body dysmorphia looking in this mirror before me right now. But before we get to literally fucking anything, what do we have to fucking do? You should know by now. You want me to call up my father to prove to you guys that I have a relationship with my father? Because I'm gay, right? Really? It's a fatty shot o'clock. What's wrong with you? I've been next to you. I think my worst fear is like sounding like a theater kid. That wasn't that bad. Fuck, okay. Was it? Okay, I found the first story immediately. This is from Swag Irony in the Cheating Stories group. Okay, on Reddit. Male 24, got cheated on, but I got my revenge. Okay, I'm forgetting my headband, hello? I got cheated on by my girlfriend of 4 years with a one-night stand. Oh, okay. It was just a one-night stand. She ended up getting pregnant. Oh, okay. And I thought it was mine until she confessed to everything. Okay. She confessed one night while we were just cuddling. I had my suspicions, and I guess she couldn't resist the guilt. Like, y'all were just... That's also a crazy thing, too. I feel like if I were to cheat in my relationship, I feel like the guilt would eat me up as well, and I'd have to confess immediately, or else, like, I wouldn't be able to eat or sleep. So I understand that, but it's also crazy to me when I hear about stories of people, like, confessing to cheating, because I feel like most of the time people have to find out, like, the hard way, or, like, through external remedies. This brush is so fucking dirty, I just know it. She started begging and telling me that she had cut him off of everything. You know the drill. It destroyed me, but she had only told me a couple days later that the baby wasn't mine. Okay. It also is very much traumatic when you're like with someone, they have a baby, and you're probably like excited. Well, maybe excited, I don't know what their circumstance was. And then like getting in the mindset of being a parent and just for them to be like, oh, it's like not yours. That could be pretty fucking damaging. That's when I lost it. She started begging and crying again, and after days of her just trying to keep me to stay with her, I told her that I would stay on only under one condition. The condition was that she would have to get an abortion. Okay, I'm kind of scared how this is gonna go, because where's the revenge come in? What? She agreed and went through all the steps to get it. After everything was finished, I told her that I never intended to stay, and then I made her go through an abortion only to get my revenge after everything she made me go through, and that she deserved every bit of pain that comes in her life. Okay, I feel like that might have been too... Okay. So, she had a kid through cheating. Obviously, that fucking hurts. And... your revenge was forcing her... I mean, I wouldn't say forcing. At the end of the day, she probably still could say yes or no. But you said you would stay with her if you got an abortion. I don't even know how to feel about this, because obviously that's really fucked up to, like, maybe not force, but, like, heavily convince someone not to have a child, even if it was through cheating. Because at the end of the day, like, it's still her baby. And then you told her you would stay, but at the same time, she's a fucking cheater. So, like, I don't know how to feel about this. I think it's gross, but also crazy. Like, what do y'all think in the comments? I don't know how that... I mean, obviously I don't think it's justified, because it's a whole fucking baby. That's a whole life. You know what I mean? Especially if she, like, wanted it, and she was probably just like, well, I could probably have a baby with you again another, like, at some point. No. I don't know. Tell me in the comments what you think about that story. I don't know. The story is not over. I kept insulting her for hours, even on private stuff that I only knew. After that, I told her to get the fuck out or I would call the police. I will never forget the face that she made. In that moment, it made me feel so good. Only now I realize how fucked up it was. It's been months since I last saw her, and sometimes I get so guilty that my body freezes, my stomach hurts, and I start sweating, and most time even crying. All I know is she went to live back with her parents, and since then, we have mutual friends sometimes, and I ask them how she is doing, but they just give me a look and mumble something. What should I do, please? Okay, so I know this is going to turn into him feeling guilty, so at least he feels guilty about that. I can understand why being cheated on would be fucking hurtful, but like, convincing someone to get an abortion because you said you're going to stay and you want to make things work, and then, I don't know, I can't even speak on it, like, I don't know. Finished with my base. Honestly, if I had to say so myself, like, I think I kind of delivered. You can call me a mother if you want. I don't know. You can't really tell, but in person it looks like pretty. Before we get to the story, you're getting it. Fatty. Why did that soda taste fucking flat? I was holding my breath, but I didn't feel bubbles. This is going to be a very long story, so I hope you've got your soda and popcorn. We all have our substances. I know y'all bitches do too. I also hope it's in the right subreddit. For this story, the cast will be... Not the fucking cast, okay. I feel like it's going to be good. Me, obvious. Brother, Mark. Half-brother, Sam. Half-sister, Alicia. Mom. That's a lot of fucking characters. All fake names for obvious reasons. Disclaimer, for reasons so you don't have to read my entire life story, there will be time skips throughout the story. Some of it won't make sense, but there will be more questions after it's done. But I'm just condensing this down to the bare bones, including the important events and the revenge. Long part is in the backstory. Long backstory. My mom is the highest level of a failed parent. Okay. So it's like, I feel like his mom is like one of those like people that like I read like I hate my child stories. Maybe like I talked about her before. When I was 2, my baby brother Mark was born. As a typical 2-year-old, I didn't like that and proceeded to act out in regards for it. As time went on though, I learned from my grandfather and grandmother that treating someone like that wasn't a good idea, and then turned my act around to love and care for him and help out when I could. However, this didn't change much. My mother basically threw me away to be raised by my grandparents because I was a demonic hellspawn of a child. In her mind, her new child was the latest and greatest, and I was just old news. I've seen this happen so many fucking times. You could tell that some parents, when they have like their second or third or like whatever their newest kid is, like it almost seems like they want to give away the rest of their children because they're so excited about like the newborn stage or just like what the youngest one is doing. They're way more interested in like what's going on in their life and their achievements. Like I've seen that so many places. Don't get me wrong, I'm a mom's favorite kid for sure, but it's also just because I never got in trouble. You know what I mean? Like, I was a mama's boy. Like, I wanted to stay home. I wasn't burning down literal bridges, and that's a story for a different time. Let's time skip. My mother has now had her 4 kids. Mark and I with my dad, and Sam and Alicia with my stepfather. I'm about 13, Mark 11, Alicia is about 1.5, and Sam was just born. Mom and dad are divorced, mom married stepdad, and I am at the rebellious age now where things don't make sense to me and I feel like I know everything. So my stepdad, okay, this guy seems very self-aware. So my stepdad's idea is to beat it out of me. Beat what out of you? Your rebelliousness? One thing I've never understood, well, first of all, beating a child, but something I really don't understand is beating someone else's child. Like, who the fuck are you? And I'm guessing your mom's a shitty fucking person, so she doesn't care. She's like, yes, get him, Greg. Every time I showed any sense of individuality or questioned something, I got beat for it. Sometimes right in front of my mother, and she didn't care one bit. Exactly. How did I know that was fucking coming? This is where the trigger for me wanting my revenge started. But being 13 and sadly a little on the mentally damaged side from all the beatings and having a bookcase full of books land on me at around 11, okay. I I want this revenge for him, and I hope it's something bad. I had no concept of what sort of revenge would even come from my mind at the time, so I decided that waiting would be the best. Mom's mistake number 1 has been made. Oh, okay. On top of that, my mother and stepdad refused to do any housework. Instead, waiting for the weekend when Grandma and Grandpa would leave to visit Grandma's mother and put us to work cleaning the house and doing stuff adults should be doing. Now, I get the concept of chores. Chores are fine. It's when you make your child climb ladders and get on the roof at the age of 11 to clean out the gutters, or climb trees to snip branches. Okay, that's fucking crazy. Your parents are making you fucking clean the shingles on the roof at 11? Your parents were abusive and lazy? Like, how can you be lazy but, like, also have time for beating people? Beating children. Like, hello? Pick a struggle. This has happened since I was about 10, so yes, I know, things are a little bit out of order. I'll keep on track. Time skipped when I was 14. My mother told me and Mark to watch Alicia. She was 2 by this time. Stepdad wanted to play video games, and when we weren't being bad in his eyes, he'd let us watch. Okay. You did really good snipping those branches. You did really good cleaning those shingles on the roof. I'm gonna grant you the option of watching me play video games. This is crazy. I pop up while I'm sitting there and ask, "Where's Alicia?" Full-blown panic attack mode. Mark and I just stood up, go scouring around the house. Stepdad goes to check my mom's room where she's sleeping with Sam, who she was up with all night. Mark and I ran out back and looked through everything. Saw nothing. Didn't even think to check the pool. So we ran back outside and rummaged through the garage. Next thing we hear my mother screaming at the top of her lungs, and we rush outside to find Alicia on the deck not breathing, and my mother and stepdad trying to perform CPR on her. Holy shit. My father drags Mark and I away to go inside, and the ambulance is called. Needless to say, Alicia did not survive, and they pulled the plug on her that night. Mom's mistake number 2 has been made. Okay, so they weren't fucking watching their kids. I'm guessing, like, their siblings were just supposed to fucking watch this little girl while they were just doing whatever the fuck they want. And the mom obviously was just fucking diddly-daddling with the little kid because that's her favorite kid now. So Mark and I were devastated. Being the teenager I was and the preteen he was, we immediately blamed ourselves, and our grandparents assured us that it was not our fault or responsibility, and that we need to know that this is not on us. Okay, we love the grandparents. A week later, Child Protective Services got word and came, and my father, in his infinite wisdom, initiated a custody battle with my mother after this, claiming she wasn't capable of caring for her children, and won, temporarily. Needless to say, our grandparents believed we belonged with our mother and fought back. My mom ultimately won us back. Why does this always fucking happen? Every fucking story of something, like people getting neglected or abused, like the abuser, I feel like always wins. Like if there isn't like an actual video of it, like on video of them doing something bad to you, I feel like they always fucking win. It's like people who are bad are really good at manipulating. Time skip, I'm 18 now and I'm an adult. I'm looking forward to graduate high school and make my mark on the world and get my life going. Mark was 15 now, had gotten into a fight and broke his finger. It had just been repaired with pins and screws and was on some pretty hefty pain medicine. I don't remember the name. It was my mother's job to watch him and regulate his pain medicine so nothing bad would happen. I feel like I see where this is going. Sadly, that bad thing did happen. Grandfather picked me up from school one day, and I could see he had a gloomy look on his face. We showed up to the house, and as we were walking up, I could see the paramedics rolling on it on a stretcher with a body bag on it. Mark had died from a drug overdose at the age of 15 because my mother wasn't watching him like she should have been. That was the final straw. So your mom was neglectful from watching her kid, and that's why she drowned in a pool. Your mother and stepdad, I'm guessing, were also neglectful in checking the prescriptions to see if he was taking... For over a broken fucking finger? That is devastating. That is... I'm not going to say it's something minor, like breaking a finger is like minor, but at the same time, like dying from it because your parent is neglectful and telling... Like, a 15-year-old doesn't know how much medication to take. I would have turned right. I would have done this. Whatever he's gonna do, they deserve it. Holy fuck. Losing 2 siblings because of your fucking parents? Okay. At that moment, my family was divided. My dad's side and my mother's side. My mother had my grandparents, who I was living with at the time, and my father had me and his family. I sided with my father completely, his argument being that she should have been a better mother. Mark would still be alive, and what's worse, Sam and I would have been taken away by CPS and put in foster care. My mother was never allowed to raise children again, and I never saw my half-brother ever again. I was now an only child. My mother had destroyed the life I knew with her through neglect, so I was going to ruin the rest of her life any way I could. It's revenge time. Please. Please! This woman caused the death of 2 of my siblings, and I never got to see my living half-sibling again. Abused me mentally, emotionally, and physically, took away my childhood, and every time I look at her, I can't help but seethe with unmitigated rage. This is the first revenge. I hope y'all are ready. I'm ready. My grandfather had basically been my best friend. He took me in, cared for me, taught me all sorts of different skills. He had one flaw, though. He was too kind for his own good. Something my mother maliciously preyed on after the deaths in the family. My grandmother gave up hope and just diverted to his opinion on everything. So I made it a point that every time she tried, I challenged her on it in front of them. Made sure she had to fight for what she wanted. I always lost, but I could see my constant meddling would get to her, irritate her. I wanted her to do something. I wanted her to hit me, harm me, get me a single fucking reason. She never went that far, but she did break down crying multiple times. Then I got lucky. She slipped at work. Herniated a few of her discs and messed up her back really badly. When I got this news, I grinned. Around this time, my stepdad had been imprisoned for doctor shopping. What is that? What is doctor shopping? The practice of visiting multiple physicians to obtain multiple prescriptions. Okay, so it's illegally getting prescribed more medication than you should have. And my mother wanted a divorce from him. When she came home from the hospital, I would take her meds and hide them around the house and sometimes even throw them away. I wanted her to be in agony. I love this song. I wanted her to suffer as much as possible, and she did. A few months later, she got into a car wreck, and the police found out she was on a hefty amount of her pain meds. She was charged with a DUI and put in jail for 6 months. I grinned and laughed once I got the news and proceeded on planning my next stage. She was in pain and behind bars. This was perfect. He's a little meddler. Okay. The second revenge. Time skip again. After she got out of jail, we'll skip ahead a few years. She's now living with us. I'm officially living with you. Okay. I'm officially in college. I did the stupid thing and took a year off between high school and graduation and applying to college. So my grandparents made a deal. As long as I worked and was in school, I could stay with them free of charge. Who wouldn't take that deal? Okay, these grandparents are sweet, but why are they siding with this fucking abuser? My mother was in jail. I made it a point to shove all of her property into a storage and made her room my room, and turned my old living space into my gaming room. She had no choice but to sleep on the couch. Okay. Getting out of jail and having to sleep on a couch is perfect. I enjoyed every moment of her agonizing when she would get up from laying on the couch, agonizing because the metal bars on it would press into her back as she slept. This was my revenge for some time, slow and painful. It's the way that your grandparents were like, no, like, you need to turn one of your rooms into her room. They were just like, yeah, she could sleep on the couch. The third revenge. Time skip. We moved back to the old house where we're all living, and my mother has made her back worse through a series of mistakes and bad decisions. She had somehow convinced my grandparents to start illegally procuring drugs for her. She loves drugs. She would make the connection with a dealer and they would shell out money for them. I argued with my grandparents to stop. It was illegal and it will land them all in jail if they get caught. My grandfather agreed, but my grandmother couldn't help but take care of her little girl. Oh God, kill her. And guiltied my grandfather into it. I refused to be part of it. I put an anonymous tip into a local law enforcement, but sadly nothing came of it. My revenge had failed this time, but I didn't know I would get the ultimate screw you in because it came from one of my most malicious, vindictive statement ever spoken. Plus, I was still messing with her, hiding her medications. It's childish, but sometimes you have to be a little bit childish to get a point across. The final revenge. Oh, God. I'm 31 now, and it has been 13 agonizing years since my brother Mark had died and had finally completed my revenge on my mother. My grandfather just passed last year, and I have been saving a veritable boatload of cash from over the years in jobs I worked, inheritance from other deaths in the family, and so on. I went to visit my grandmother, who's not been in great shape since my grandfather passed, and her dog passed about 6 months after that. My mother comes out to me while we're sitting there talking and asks if I will take care of her after grandma was gone. That it was my duty as her son. Is it because I'm the only son left? She was broke, my grandmother was going into a retirement home, and my mother blew through inheritance with her dealings. The rest was going to me. I knew it for a fact. I stood up, and while I stared my mother directly in the eyes, I managed the most hateful, vicious stare I could muster. It wasn't hard, and I told her, "You get nothing from me. Grandma's going into a retirement home. I'm moving states. You destroyed my life, took away my childhood, were responsible for the deaths of my siblings, broke the law numerous times. You made everyone's life a living hell. You will be on the street, die alone, and I will laugh." I never loved you, and I never will. You will never see your grandchildren, if and when there are any. You will not be at my wedding, and you will never be the mother to me again. Rot in hell. Did you guys just get goosebumps in your puss? Because I got some in mine. My grandmother's jaw hit the floor, and my mother burst into tears. I had finally broken her, and I got my revenge. It may not seem much like it to you all, but that moment was heavenly for me. It felt amazing to finally know I've gotten my ultimate revenge after all these years, and damned her to suffering. My grandmother is going into that retirement home in 3 months, and I'm helping her move her stuff, so there will be no chance of her little girl weaseling her way out of her fate. After that, I'm moving to a new state and starting my new life with a new job and a wonderful girlfriend who I love more than anything. The cutesy happy ending, like I'm literally about to tear up. For those of you who have brothers and sisters and love them, cherish them, and be with them, because they never know what's going to happen. This revenge was born of me losing my siblings, the one thing I loved most in the world. Being an older brother was the happiest time of my life, and after they died, and Sam was taken by CPS, I have had to suffer as an only child and still cry myself to sleep at night over it. It was traumatizing, so please cherish your siblings. Thank you for reading. That is so fucking traumatizing for him. Like, he lost 2 siblings. He never had a relationship with his mom. Was pretty much only close to his grandparents, which is weird because his grandparents sided with the mom even after all of it. So he had to see a weird dynamic of always being near his mom, but never liking her, and always exacting revenge throughout his life. That was a perfect story, brilliantly done, and I want that happy ending for him so fucking bad, and I think he's getting there. I think he's there. He's at the pearly gates already, on Earth. Okay, I'm back. I just finished my eye. It's so ugly. I'm sweating like a pig, and it's so fucking hot. I don't know what my fiance put it at. Baba! What's the air at? Oh god, bro. I literally want to draw on my face, fat, ugly pig. I am so mad I spent so much time on this just for it to turn out ugly. Like, I literally want to strip the fucking makeup off right fucking now and end the video right here, right now. And never come back on the fucking internet ever again. Fatty shot o'clock. I'm not in the mood. At least my nails are cute. Okay, let's cut the shit. It's next story. A fair revenge story from Lump Butt Cat. An infidelity group on Reddit 1 year ago. This is from a few years back, and it's not my story, but I thought it was a good one. Okay, so you're recycling old content, but let's see what it is. This guy wrote several posts about his wife having an affair, his marriage, and a dead bedroom, etc. Oh god. Why does everyone's bedroom get boring after they're married? He starts his saga when he finds out his wife had an EAPA with an EAPA.
EA Sports, it's in the game.
What is that? EAPA. With a dad from his kids' sports team. So she slept with someone's dad from like a soccer team, like their kids' soccer team. What kind of suburban fucking telenovela is this? Okay. He goes on to admit he was not very present, was inundated with work. BS seemed like a high-income, high-performing corporate type. BS was already ready to blow everything up. When he found out about this dude was relocating across the country for work, realizing the affair was likely over, he cooled off as much as he could and realized the divorce would be tough on kids, costly and pain in the ass with work and dealing with people and everything else. Are people like this, like all the time? Like, you find out that your partner's cheating and then like they're like, it's just harder to like get divorced. That actually happens a lot. To add to this, he wanted to see if his wife would ever confess. She never knew that he knew, so he buried it. I want to know how, where's the original post? Because I want to know how he even found out to begin with. So he ended up burying it. That's crazy, being able to just bury the fact that your fucking wife cheated on you. Okay, he's powerful. Like anyone, he just shut down sex romance with his wife. Dead bedroom ensued. During all of this, he ended up meeting someone at work. Oh, okay. This person was divorced, no kids, career type. They started having an affair. Okay, so the revenge cheating, okay. I support this. Ideal situation for both. He did not want kids or even to date or be in a relationship. He still was not ready to leave his wife, although mentally he was all but gone. At the same time, his marriage continued to deteriorate. As time went on, his wife suffered with weight gain, depression, and started attending counseling. Up to this point, she never came clean about the affair. He gave up thinking she never would. I also wonder, like, I don't think this guy's ever gonna, like, not to, like, shit on the person who's innocent in the situation based on the knowledge that I know. Like, what if he just wasn't a good husband and that's why she cheated? Like, what if he was never home? Not saying that that's a good reason to cheat, but, like, I don't know. At least he was loyal. Up to this point, she never came clean about the affair. He gave up thinking she ever would. Things finally came to a head with their roommate situation. She confronted him about going to counseling or getting a divorce. Again, he was very adamant he was not going to get a divorce. Crazy, but that was his stance. He tried to stall and talk her out of counseling to no avail. They ended up going to counseling together. He described their first counseling as follows. Wife got out of the gates talking about lack of connection, the dead bedroom, him being distant and never present. She cried and shared her feelings and emotions and heartache. She talked about this great mom and dedicated wife. This went on for 10 minutes straight. As you can imagine, he was seething. Well, yes. I also like this third person narrative. The counselor looked at him and asked him how he felt about what his wife just said. He stoically replied, let's cut to the chase. She can tell you about the affair she had 2 years ago, and then we can talk about the affair I'm having right now. He ate with that. Are you serious? I would have fucking shit myself to Portugal after that. What is going on? And then after that, we can all go home and get dinner. I'm hungry. That's the end of the story, actually. So I didn't know that, straight men could devour like that, but he fucking devoured everyone's hole in that fucking counseling office. That therapist, I know she bit her lip. She probably wanted a little bite of him that night, too. It looks so fucking ugly and dirty. I look gross. Oh my god, okay.
I have to shit my pants so fucking bad.
But before I get to the last story, what time is it? Fatty? Yeah. I found out my boyfriend had a wife. Revenge story. This is posted by Scientist East in the Revenge Stories group 1 year ago. So, as the title says, I once found out that my boyfriend had a wife and was not indeed separated from her and getting divorced, as he said. Why do they always say that? I literally know so many people that are like, yeah, I'm talking to someone, he's married, and I'm like, what? And then they're like, oh, no, it's not like that, they're divorced. They're getting a divorce. Right. I found out because his wife messaged me. Apparently it's not the first time he's pulled this bullshit either. I love when the girlies get together to plot. I love it. So I came up with a petty revenge plan that I think was iconic. We call it the Mambo number 5 plan. Oh, they have a name for it too. Okay, I hope they're besties now. I created several fake accounts using different phone numbers from virtual eSIMs, women in STEM, and messaged him from multiple platforms to make it look like he had a different method of communicating for each girl to keep them separate. And for example, he talked to Rita on Instagram, Monica on Facebook, etc. She had different names too, okay. And the messages sent was a version of the lyrics from Mambo number 5 by Lo Bega. Here's what they were. Monica, I need you in my life. Erica, I felt so good when you fucked me sideways. Rita, you're all I need to be happy. Tina, I know it's complicated, but I only have eyes for you. So she used the lyrics from these songs to put them all, when you put them all together with all the different girls, it creates the song that already exists. Okay, what kind of detective Pretty Little Liar stuff is this? Okay. Sandra, I miss seeing you in the gym. Why don't you train anymore? I hope it's not because of our post-workout sub sessions together. Mary, when you coming for another sleepover? Jessica, I'm here if you need to talk. Those are lyrics to a song. That song sounds shitty. I'm gonna have to listen to it after this. Tried to stick closely to the original lyrics. Toxic as fuck. Mambo number 5 was just the original. I sent them in a mixed up order too. He never caught on that someone was messing with him. I let his wife know what I was up to, and we took turns over a few weeks to discover these messages. The look of fear when I asked to use his phone for different reasons was priceless. Then after a few weeks of making his life hell, and she sorted out... So he was messaging all these girls thinking he was cheating this many times. How do you have time to cheat this many times? And how do you think you're going to cheat that many fucking times and not get caught? I don't understand it. I don't get it. Then after weeks of making his life hell, she'd sorted out her affairs and got a lawyer. We both dumped his cheating ass on the same day. Okay. It was petty, I know, but my inner feminist is just happy at using the misogynistic song to take revenge on one. Okay. Yeah, what the fuck? My hair is so wet from sweat, like it's literally insane. Alright, here's the end of the video. I put the wig on because I just feel like this makeup look needed saving, and I was hoping that like the hair would cuntify it. I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. The last story is a little bit boring, but a little bit cunt. I don't know. My first mukbang video will be out next week. And I appreciate you guys so much. I'm about to hit 46,000 subs on here, which is fucking crazy. I love you guys so much. You guys mean the world to me. I love reading your guys' comments. I will thank you every single fucking video because of how much you guys mean to me and how safe and valid you guys make me feel. You guys make me feel so valid. Yeah, I love you. I love you.